Hello. Hey there. What's up? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Okay. 1 minute. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream. I am so glad you were here. I'm using another streaming software today. It's a web application. I don't download the software. But yeah, today I'm using Reach because the one I used to use before, StreamYard, only gives you like 20 hours per month um, limit to stream. So yeah, and I actually like this one also. I will see if it has a limit or not, so I can like maybe I might use this as my main software. Oh, and we just started and we have somebody. What's up, Midnight? How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you? You're up early. How? It's 8 a.m. What? It's 8 a.m. here. What time is it at your place? Wait, let me put up the comments so I can see what. Okay, yeah, you're good. That's nice to hear. How are you up early? Is it early? What time is it at your place? Just trying a new FBFB. Ooh, cool. When will it be ready? I want to see it. Okay, this was a video I was working on before. Now I am gonna open up another one. Whenever I start to stream, my computer just starts to lag. It's like 8:36 a.m. You're an early bird like me, right? That's nice to hear that I'm not the only one crazy around here. You woke up at 7. That's cool. I woke up at around 5:20 to pray Fajr, and then I just didn't go to bed. If it wasn't for praying, I probably would not have woken up early because I do not have the, what do we say, the discipline to wake up early. I just snooze my alarms. Okay, so I'm gonna label all my layers. I don't know if we need the mat or not, but I'll just keep it for now. BG. And let's extend this all up to 5 seconds. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna be animating a person just walking up to the door. I wake up really early and can't go back to sleep no matter what. I wish I was like you. I wish I could wake up early and just not go to bed no matter what. I have to push, even though I do wake up for Fajr, I have to push myself to, not go back to sleep. I watch a few YouTube shorts to make sure. You realize my voice sounds so much better because I have changed my mic and I've also gotten a better internet. Well, I just added an Ethernet cable, and that made it so much better. Okay, so should the person come from here or here? I don't know, I want the person to come from here. Wait, okay. I haven't animated a walk cycle for years. This leg is gonna be forward. Okay. Or didn't turn it into a keyframe. Okay. And then both the arms are gonna be like that. I think so the other arm will be a little bit hidden. So what's your PFP based on? Like a character or you're just like doodling? Also, I wanted to ask, do you know what Dungeon and Dragons is? Because recently I've been really interested in it and I've been trying to find people to play with. So if you know Dungeon and Dragons and if you're interested in it, let me know. Your persona. Okay, that's cool. Dungeon and Dragons. They don't play D&D. Have you ever heard of it? Like I've also never played it, but I just wanted to play it for such a long time. That's weird. It's gonna be probably like that. I didn't really take care of the. Uh, yeah, okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it does sound cool. But it's also really, I want to explain it to my friends and family, but they're gonna be like, "What? Isn't it just pretend?" And it's kind of understanding that they will say it because at the end of the day, it is pretend. Who are we kidding? But still, I want to see like what the hype is all about. Is it really that fun? Why do people go crazy over it? I love adding imperfections in my art of people. What does art of people mean? You love it. Okay, I'm trying to embrace imperfections, and I think so. I remember talking to you about imperfections also. And yeah, I think so. I've gotten a little bit better at, just embracing imperfection, especially with this one. If you see this little character, the lines are so wobbly and so like wonky, but I was kind of okay with it. And it actually, I think so, the wobbly and wonky lines gave it a really good feel. So I just really ended up liking that. It gives them personality, you know. That is actually nice. Oh, like eye bags, dark circles. Oh, you do mean that kind of imperfection. Okay, that is something really creative, and uh, I really wanna start doing that because I think some of my characters look really boring because exactly I do not have any imperfections. Eye bags, dark circles, acne, scratch marks. These are really good options. Are you drawing your PFP right now? Yes, the wonky lines do give it a really good feel. Look, my character just got a little bit bigger. And it's still here, and then yeah, I think so I should just push it down a little bit, or maybe wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I do need to push it down. Okay, this channel banner is of my. Wait, let me go into your banner. I gotta see it. Yeah, there's so. I love crescents and stars. Like I'm always drawing, uh, random tattoos, and they always contain a crescent and a star. It's just so pretty. Oh, okay. I thought you have. Wait, what's that sound? Oh, I thought you were talking about the one you have. Oh, you're talking about the banner. I was looking at your profile pic. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. Anyways, I still love your profile pic. Like, I want to like do a profile pic for myself because my YPFP is like super boring. I just wrote freak out, and I was like, you know what, that's gonna do. But yeah, I have to change it, and I'm gonna draw a character or something like that. My name also means star in Hindi. What's your name? That's so pretty. That's the flex, bro. I'd feel so cool if my name meant star. It meant inside my OC's name, Midnight Star. Ooh, that's so cool. Oops. My name. Oh, Tara. In Urdu, also Tara means star. Yeah. And we also in Pakistan also Tara is kept a name. So that's cool. Tara. That's a beautiful name. This leg's gonna be in the front. I'm having trouble. Things are gonna move it a little bit more. Yep. Urdu and India are pretty similar. They have their similarities and differences. Tara is a very tough name. It is for real. One of my friend, her name is my one of my friend, her sister's name is Kosha, and it means galaxy. I also love that name, Kosha. They probably pronounce it like Tara, Tara. Ah, that's a bummer. They do butcher our names though. They do. I think so. This arm is gonna be like reaching out for this. Well, you don't want to know what they do. What they'll do to my name. My name's Fatma, so it's like Fatma, and they'll just say Fatma or something like that. I used to live in Qatar, and we had British teachers there, and some of them didn't even pronounce the T's. They're like Fatma. I think so. I'll have to draw the door handle again. So I'll do that later. Right now, I'll just animate the person. Yep, it is tough. You should. This is like so but like bro, please ask me before pronouncing my name. I'd really appreciate it. Or we should add like those phonetic sound symbols in front of our name so they know how to pronounce it. I think so. My character just was at the back and now it's turned. Okay, let's see it. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna I'm gonna add another frame. And which is like holding this, but kind of in the middle of both of these. Yeah, okay, that seems right. It seems off. That like is behind. Okay, okay, okay. I see what I'm doing. I see my mistake. I'm drawing this arm as if it's coming from the back, where it's not coming from the back. It's from the side. Okay. Okay, it's looking cool. I like the jittery feeling. Hmm. Okay, now let's neat this up. Or no, actually, I think I should. Okay, I'm gonna draw it one more time because I'm not happy with the last frame. Also, also, you know what? Who cares? I'm not gonna do it. You can't really tell. I mean, nobody will know. They're gonna know. Wait. Can you tell if if this feet here, let's say this is left, this is right. The left feet is at the back and right feet is in the front, but then the left feet goes at the back and right feet is at the front. Can you tell that when you look at the animation? I don't know if you're there. I don't think so. I can tell. And so I'm just gonna let it go, Elsa style. I'm having coffee. I'm not a huge coffee fan though. The other day when I was working on this, I had coffee and I felt so hyper for some reason. I don't know if it was the coffee or what, but it really did something to me. Or maybe I was just in that headspace that day. But that it was weird. I've never felt so energetic before in a stream, but that day was different. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this and cool. Now he's gonna push open the door. He's pulled it down and I'm gonna animate like compress. He usually doesn't animate any other part of the body except the part which is needed. So I think I'll only animate the arm. So the arm is gonna be that. So it's pushing it. Honestly, I will just keyframe this and then erase this. And then one last time, gonna be like, okay, it seems fine. How about I do the door first and then the rest? How about I draw the door in here? Okay, should I open up the biscuits? Let's have some crackers. Let's do a little ASMR. Cracker ASMR. Ready? Even though I'm not hungry, but they're in front of me, so I gotta. Could you hear that? Okay, I'm gonna take a bite now. ASMR is overrated, guys. It's boring. Don't watch ASMR. Watch how neural networks work. Okay, another ASMR. Okay, so the door handle is gonna come down. All right, the door is gonna open. We're gonna move this a little bit to the left. The door is gonna come a little bit like that. also move this a little bit down. This hand looks broken. That day my coffee wasn't even finishing and I didn't even wanna drink it anymore. But today when I do wanna drink some coffee, it has finished. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's how the universe works, baby. You don't get what you want when you want it. Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now let's make it a little bit neater. Let's make it a little bit neater. Okay. Uh, let me write here. Rough. What was that? Rogue. Rough. I don't want to draw with the pure black. Let's check this out. No, somewhere here. Yeah, okay, I actually like that. That's good. I'm gonna go a little bit like that. Okay, this is cool. Let's now add that to this watch. It's crazy how much I've learned about Adobe Animate over the years. The stuff starting out. I also love that I found a glitch in this because uh, it was not working, but the brush sensitive sensitivity and the uh, brush what do we say? Pressure sensitivity wasn't working properly, and then I found a glitch that if I didn't really activate my drawing tablet properly, it would work. Okay, try not to use the undo button as much as I can. I love how all these widgets work. Before that, oh, my character has gotten too huge. Too huge. Okay, this is better. Let me just. Okay, I like that. I am gonna draw that in one stroke, and I'm also gonna be using my shoulder, no matter what. Because my line control sucks. So I wanna get better at line control. If you've seen those people painting with skateboards or hard stuff on wood and stuff with paint brushes, and they do it in one clean stroke. It's beautiful. It's so satisfying. I just want to eat it. And here I am, can't even make a proper stroke from. From like 2 centimeters away. I don't know why this rock feels so thick, even though it's like maybe I'm just too zoomed in. It looks like Skipper from what do we say? Green? No, it's I know regular show. Yeah, it seems off. Come on, there we go. Okay. What was I gonna do? I'll take a little break. So, what do you guys feel about the world politics? If somebody's there, that is, it's weird. Uh, I would love if some Americans would come to the stream right now. I love to hear their narrative on the war and their stupid president, who for some reason thinks that it's his business to interfere in other people's countries. Like, let Iran be. Why do you have nukes? If you have any nukes, then so can Iran. But why does Israel have nukes? If Israel has nukes, then Iran can definitely have nukes. Like, what is this bullshit? Do you guys know there was a time then when we were like so close to destroy that, like every country was so close to destroying nukes, but they didn't really have a way to figure out if all the countries would be uh what do we say, if all the countries would be following the orders, or maybe somebody like the US was afraid that the Soviet Union would make break the agreement, and the Soviet Union was afraid that the US would break the agreement. And so there wasn't really a way to make sure that people would uh, follow it or not, because nukes could be tested, like nukes need to be tested, right? And so it wasn't allowed, they weren't allowed to test it, because if they would test it, that means they have nukes. So what they another way they could test it was through underground tests, like they would go really, really deep and then blow up their nukes. Damn it, y'all. I have been yapping for the past, I don't know how long. And I didn't realize that my audio wasn't. I didn't realize. that my audio wasn't audible, and I just realized it right now. Anyways, what I was yapping about was and I'm gonna yap. I'm gonna start my yapping from the beginning. Even though I also yapped about Donald Trump, the first yap was about Donald Trump. It was that why does Donald Trump think that it's his business to interfere in other people's countries? Let Iran be Iran. Okay. Uh, I don't think so. The people have that much of a problem with Iran, Iranians themselves. And a lot of the people you can see are bots. You know, they say, oh, change the government and change the regime and shit. They're bots. The problem they do have is with Donald Trump. So I think so. Donald Trump. So they should probably let Iran be Iran. And let them live their life like how they want to. And why is it such a problem for them if Iran has nukes? Because if if Israel has nukes, I don't think so it should be a big deal if Iran has nukes. Why is why is a terrorist country allowed to have nukes, but a peaceful country who has not really done much shit to the world? Like Israel is a terrorist country, and sorry I had to shut up because I was busy. It's really stressful. I can't really make up my mind if how this should like connect. It's looking off. I have to stay focused. Okay, I think so. I'm gonna let's leave that. Anyways, oh yeah, the next thing I was gonna say is, do you guys know that uh there was a point in this world when we were about to destroy all nukes? So the thing was that uh, there was an agreement. They were gonna do an agreement between different countries with nukes. I don't remember which countries at that point, but there were many countries, and the problem was that there was wait a minute, let me just. Okay, yeah. So there were a few countries that had nukes, and they were gonna do an agreement between those countries, so to make sure that they didn't have nukes, and they were gonna make sure that they wouldn't test their nukes. And the way you're gonna make sure is you're gonna make sure people wouldn't test their nukes, and the way people tested their nukes were usually on the Earth, surface of the Earth, and that was detectable. But then there was also another way, which was underground, and that way was undetectable. And that made the US and the Soviet Union skeptical about each other because at that time, I mean, they still are enemies. Russia and both Soviet Union doesn't really exist, but uh, so the Soviet Union was skeptical that the US would probably use their nukes, make nukes, and not let them know, and they would test them underground, and the world wouldn't know, and so now US is more powerful than Soviet Union. And the US was skeptical that the Soviet Union would break the treaty and develop nukes, and and so then the Soviet Union would be more powerful than the US. And so the agreement didn't really take any final shape and form, and the world remained with nukes. But later, a few years later, a bunch of scientists discovered a way uh, to make sure that to detect if people done uh, if people had done any underground tests. But by then, it had been too late, and by then, a lot of other countries had developed nukes. British, Germany, the British, the Germans, and I think so. Uh, and then Pakistan and India also. So it was kind of too late, and we remained a country. We remained a world with nukes. What a timeline would it be with if they had developed the formula before? It was an equation. It's a wave equation. I don't remember. It was something like they applied the sign twice. I don't remember the physics. Anyways, yeah, yeah. Also, do you guys know another history lesson that before the UN, United Nations, there was another so-called peace or a peace? Would I'd say what do we say? Um, an organization that would make sure that it kept peace. Other countries kept peace, and its name was League of Nations. It was uh, before the World War II and after. It was after World War I and before World War II. But it failed. Its job was to make sure wars didn't happen and countries kept peace with each other. But it failed at its job because World War II had occurred after World War I, and so that organization was, what do we say, demolished, or just it was broke. And so after World War II, I guess, uh, the United Nations was made, and look at that, another failed organization. I think so. They should just end it too because the United Nations is just useless, just as useless as the League of Nations. It was a good try. We tried to be act like we are post modernization, post industrialization, and we're modern, and we're better than the ancients that came before us. But let's just uh let's just accept that we're no better. We might be even worse. So with all these news and stuff, what's happening in Gaza. So yeah, pretty useless organization. Doing that only there to stand and give us hope. Well, false hope, honestly. It's funny how we like to think that we're uh, civilized human beings now, and that uh, we have a good time now. But yeah, there are a lot of things comfortable things in our life. But to be honest, we're no better than we used to be. It's funny how as a kid I used to think that we're modern day people. We're civilized. We're industrialized. We have so many comforts, cars, the electricity, the internet. No humans before could even imagine of these things. And we don't need to worry about food shortages. We probably don't need to worry about war. How naive, indeed. Probably need to worry about war more than ever. Honestly, and I think so. And I think so. A lot of people also think that the day of judgment is just much more closer than it has ever been. Imam Mahdi is gonna come soon, and will will be crazy. It's honestly crazy. And yeah, and uh, I often wonder what and why God made us. And I often think about that statement when God made Prophet Adam and Prophet Adam alayhi salam, and the angels were like, "Did you make a creature who's gonna spread corruption and blood and hate on the earth?" And God said, God said, "I know something you don't know." And I often wonder what that means. He probably does know, and we were definitely sent here with a reason. But what that reason what must be is kind of just I'm clueless. May Allah give us the opportunity to be in Imam Mehdi's caravan when he comes, and his group to be his followers and not the Jals. May Allah protect us from the Jal, the Antichrist. Okay, let's take a look at this. I love the hand movements. Okay, cool. Now, what we're gonna do is draw the door, animate the door. Let's take this, and so let me see if I delete this. Okay, so I'm gonna so the door comes here. I'm gonna do this, and what we have to do is separate this. How about we make the door a? We're gonna make it a symbol. Let's convert it into a symbol. Door opening. Okay. Okay, so this is the door. We're gonna go in and I'm gonna try my best to make sure it goes and distributes itself. Why doesn't it? Why doesn't it never? So it's everything is just on one layer, huh? What kind of bullshit is this? What did you even convert, bro? With due respect, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta pee real fast. I'm gonna mute myself, but before I mute myself, um, I'm gonna add be right back. Gotta pee. And let's. I wanna. Okay. I gotta be back. Okay, I'm back. Am I audible? Serve waffles? Could you see that? Really? Don't tell me. Why do you see serve waffles? Hide. Okay, Hello? I don't know if my mic is dead or what, but it just closed. Okay, how to distribute a drawing on different layers and destroying content automatically using. I think I should do it manually. It's kind of stupid because how would it know that the door frame should be one, the lines on the door should be one thing? So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go into the symbol. Here's whatever. I'm gonna give you Adobe tutorial. So okay, here's an Adobe animate tutorial, guys. So first of all, I'm gonna select the V to do. So my mic is in its last cycles. Whatever. What do you say? CTRL X, Control X. I don't know why I say CTRL X. It's annoying. CTRL Shift, Control Shift C. I'm sorry. Control Shift C. Okay. And then the door. Wait. Got the door frame plus the handle. I'm gonna select the handle and Control X. And then Control Shift V. Space it. I'm gonna say door handle door frame. Okay, fine. Okay, let's take a look. That's one. What the hell, man? Oh, okay, okay. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. I actually just wanted that. So it's an object, and that's an object. Cool. Let me look at my library. So objects are not in here. Honestly, it's fine. That's fine. Uh, so this is another object. That's another object. Alhamdulillah. Okay. Now we're gonna K this, K. It's perfect. Why is it doing that to me? I didn't do anything to it. Bruh, seriously? Come on, what's that?